Hello, and welcome to day 3 of our 7-day yoga challenge to get you back on your mat. Today, we just have a little self-love yoga practice today, which means we're going to be moving mindfully, nourishing this relationship we have with ourselves, our most important relationship. And as always, you don't need any props here, but if you would like a pillow or a blanket just to support those knees or get cozy on the mat, by all means, I'm all for it. We're actually going to get started today on our backs, coming into a supine butterfly position. So you're going to bring the bottoms of your feet together to touch. Let those knees come out wide, and we're going to rest onto our back here. Finding a version of this posture that feels good to you. So playing with maybe bringing those legs out or back in, finding a good distance for you today. Let's go ahead and take one big inhale just to sigh it out. Letting go of the day thus far. And if you haven't already, let's go ahead and close our eyes here. We'll bring one hand to our heart and one hand to our stomachs. Let's go ahead and find our Ujjayi breath or our yogic breath here. Breathing deeply into our diaphragm, into our stomachs here. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. If you would like to set an intention for today's practice, now's the time to do so. It can be something physical, spiritual, mental. And as we move throughout our practice today, I just want to remember how proud of you should be for just being here on the mat. Let's go ahead and elongate our inhales, elongate our exhales. Taking one more moment here with ourselves, supported on the mat. We're going to bring our hands to the outside of our legs, closing your knees, bringing them together. And we're going to bring our knees to our chest, giving ourselves a big hug here. Rocking left, rocking right. Really good. Let's go ahead and set up for a bridge pose. We'll drop our feet to our mat out in front of us. We're going to bring our fingertips to touch our heels. We're going to push our arms, push our hands into the mat. And as we inhale, we're going to lift those hips, send those hips up high. We can go ahead and interlace those hands behind us if we'd like, pushing those hands, pushing those arms into the mat, tucking those shoulder blades under, activating those glutes, pressing into the feet. One more deep cycle of breath here, lifting just a little higher before we unlock our hands, slowly drop our hips to the mat, and bringing our knees to our chest, giving ourselves a little hug, rocking left, rocking right here. Let's go ahead and rock into the fetal position, pushing ourselves up and making our way to tabletop, all fours. So you're going to bring your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees in line with your hips, finding a flat back here. We're going to take a few cat-cows. So inhale to drop the belly, open the chest, raise those glutes, look forward. Exhale, we round and curve, looking through those thighs. Big inhale, drop the belly, open the chest, look forward. Exhale, we round and curve, looking through those thighs. Breathing here. If you'd like, you can start to draw circles with your shoulders, with your hips, moving that spine one way and the other, finding just movements that feel good for you today. So maybe closing the eyes. It doesn't matter what you look like right now. Just focus on those sensations in the body. Breathing here. Perfect. Having fun with it. When you're ready, we're going to drop back into an extended child's pose. So sitting onto your heels, bringing your big toes together. Your knees come out to the side of the mat, and we're going to drop our chest down, stretching out our hands in front of us. Extended child's pose, dropping your forehead to the mat. Let's breathe here. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. When you're ready, we're going to inhale to look up, slithering onto our belly, and coming to find a Sphinx pose. You can keep your legs in line with your hips. We're going to press our forearms onto the mat, press our pelvis onto the mat, engage those abs. Inhale to come up, look up, opening that chest, taking a little bit of a back bend here. Maybe smiling here. We'll exhale that forehead back to the mat, pressing into our hands to come up through tabletop, straightening out our arms in front of us, tucking those toes under. We're going to raise our hips high to the sky, downward facing dog. Since this is the first downward facing dog of our practice, let's go ahead and pedal out the feet. So dropping one heel down, then the other. Just breathing into it here. Observing how we feel. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Maybe we bend our knees, straightening out that back, lifting that hip high, and then slowly dropping our heels closer to the mat. One more big cycle of breath. When you're ready, we're going to look forward, slowly walk those feet in between your hands, coming to your forward fold. For your forward fold here, I really want you to put your belly and your chest onto your thighs, so bend your knees generously. And we're going to bring our hands to the back of our heels, dropping that head down. Maybe raising those hips a little bit higher. We're going to inhale to halfway lift, flat back position, look forward. Exhale, let everything go and fall down. Let's go ahead and take a big inhale, raising our hands up, 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 looking up to the sky. Exhale down to our mountain. Flat back position. Breathing here. We're going to come into warrior one. So what I want you to do is inhale, those arms come up, and we're going to step that left foot back to a 45-degree angle here, finding your distance so that you can bend into this front knee, keeping your knee on top of your ankle. Your hips are facing forward. If warrior one doesn't work for you here, don't worry. We can come straight to a high lunge. So pivoting on that back foot. So we can be here at 45 or in a high lunge. Breathing here. When we're ready, we're going to interlace those hands behind our back, pressing those hands back behind us. We're going to exhale our torso to the inside of that right knee, dropping into a humble warrior. Bringing those arms up above you, opening the chest, and bowing down. You might feel a little bit of heat in your front bent knee or your quad. So as long as there's no pain, we can go ahead and stay here for one more breath. You're strong. You can do this. And inhale to come back up. We're going to unlace those hands. Inhale, your arms come up. And we're going to come to the front of the mat, dropping those hands by your side. Finding your mountain pose, looking forward. Breathing here. We're going to take everything over to the opposite side now. So from your strong mountain, we're going to inhale to raise those arms up high. We're going to bring that right foot back behind us at a 45-degree angle, finding our warrior one here. Our hips are facing forward. If this is too much on your back knee, same as the other side, we come into a high lunge. Finding a position that feels good for you today. We're going to keep that knee in line with our ankle. So if we have to walk it forward, that's okay. And we're going to interlace our hands behind us, pushing those hands away, opening through the chest. As we exhale to drop that torso to the right side of your left knee, dropping down, lifting through those hands. Breathing here. We're strong. We're engaging through our core. We're pushing in through the midline. Breathing here. Let's go ahead and inhale to come up slowly. Inhale to bring those arms up. And we're going to walk back towards our mountain pose, dropping those hands to our side. Let's go ahead and look forward here, taking one more big cycle of breath. We're going to come to a bit of a flow. So inhale, those arms come up. Exhale, I'm going to drop my chest. My arms are coming back behind me. My chest wants to touch my thighs. Giving myself a little bit of a hug in this forward fold. Inhale, we halfway lift, look forward. Exhale, we drop those hands down. We're going to bring both feet to the back of the mat, coming straight to a plank pose. And we're going to drop down onto our belly. Pushing into our hands, we'll take cobra. So a little bit of a back bend, a little bit of a chest opener here. Exhale, that forehead falls. Tuck those toes under, push into those hands. We can come back through tabletop, downward facing dog. Let's open up our hips a little bit more. So we're going to bring our right leg high. That right foot is coming to the outside of your right hand. We can stay here looking forward, opening the chest, pressing our hands into the mat. Or we could drop onto that back knee, opening up through the hips here. Breathing here. Another variation is you can drop onto your forearms, opening up through your chest, opening up through your hips. Breathing here. We're not sinking into it. We're going to stay here for just a bit, noticing any emotions, any feelings that come up. Everything is valid. We're just here to observe our bodies. That's all. Let's take one more big cycle of breath before pushing into our hands, tucking those back toes under. We're going to push back up into our three-legged dog, bringing that right leg down, finding our downward facing dog, and we're going to walk our feet out, maybe taking circles with our hips. Just taking any movements here that feel good to release that right leg, that right hip here. We're going to take it to the other side. So bring that left leg up high. That left foot comes to the outside of your left hand, however you get there. Pushing into your hand, opening up through your chest. We breathe here. Maybe we drop down onto that back knee, opening up through the hips here. And maybe, just maybe, we come down to those forearms. Keep that chest lifted, dropping into those hips. Breathing here. Observing how you feel, seeing if maybe there's a difference on the left side or the right side. Just playing with this feeling here. We'll stay here for a couple more moments. Slowing down your breath as much as you can. We're going to take one more big cycle of breath here. Inhaling and exhaling through that nose. Let's go ahead and push into our hands to come up. Tuck those back toes under. Bring your left leg to meet your right, coming up to three-legged dog on the opposite side, dropping that left leg down, pedaling everything out, moving those hips, breathing here. We're going to drop those knees down, keeping our hands out in front of us. We're going to sink into our chest, coming to puppy pose. That chin wants to touch the mat. If you can't get your chin to your mat, don't worry. We're just going to drop our forehead to the mat. Opening through the chest, opening through the shoulders here. Let's take one more cycle of breath. Good. We're going to come slither through onto our belly. And we're going to take a fetal position as our last position here. So I just want you to bend those knees up to your chest, maybe using your pillow, maybe using your arm as a pillow. We're going to come into a nice fetal position of your choice here. If you set an intention for today's practice, you can go ahead and remember it now. And if not, we're all going to come to whisper something nice to ourselves. So maybe tell yourself you're proud of yourself for something you've done or have been doing. Maybe say something that you love about yourself. Just reminding yourself that you're pretty dang cool. I'm going to leave you here in this fetal position of your choice. I want you to get comfortable having a little conversation with yourself. You can stay here for as long as you'd like. But if you're ready, you can come out of it, maybe taking a savasana, breathing here. I'll leave you here. Thank you so much for sharing this practice with me, and I hope to see you again for day 4 tomorrow. Bye-bye.